Always a big home court advantage here in the Mile High City. And the Nuggets will look to use it as they get ready to take the floor. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just...
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. They've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. And for the Nuggets, they've got Porter. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then there's Gordon. Right now, both these sides dealing with injuries. We won't be seeing either of them at 100%.
I agree with you, Kevin. It's been tough for both of these teams as they work through their rotations due to the injury bug. Credit goes to not only the coaches for trying to plug the holes and manage their rosters, but to the players. You know, when you're a pro, even if you're not initially in the rotation, you've got to always be ready to go. And these guys have stepped up well, the reserves.
Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And just about a minute into the first quarter. George passes to Zubac. Leonard against Porter. Here's George.
And you watch Bol on the defensive end. Boy, he's got a lot of potential, especially as he adds strength to that frame.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Beyond the arc. Tries again. Bol can't hit.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
And here's Leonard from 3. Outside for George. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
They recover it.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Denver. And George with the stuff.
Boy, George has major hops. I mean, this guy just gets up big time for these throwdowns.
Porter outside. From downtown. He can't hit that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid. He's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They've brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Here's Jokic. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. JaMychal Green comes in for Bol. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
Cousins getting the full enchilada there, folks. Got the hoop and the harm. Great poise and agility to get it up and down.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. The free throw drops for Cousins. 1:46 left in the first. The Nuggets trail by 11, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. And a switch here also for the Clippers. George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. There's 1:26 left in the first quarter of the game. George double teamed. Dishes to Rondo. Passes it to Kennard. 5 to shoot. And again, no good by the Clippers. Denver's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's Green. Cousins trying to free himself up. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. The defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And Clark, although he's not the force he once was on the floor, Rajon Rondo still can give you strong minutes in bursts.
Greg, I tell you what, I love watching this guy work. I know his double-digit assist days are long in his rearview mirror, but this dude still knows how to run a team, and he is ideal for leading your second unit because he's an orchestrator, a facilitator, a playmaker, and guys love playing with him. You can just feel how guys enjoy playing with Rondo running the show. You know, over time, Millsap has added different things to his game. And you know what I like about him most is he quietly goes about his business in a professional manner.
Now on the scoring column with that bucket, 1 for 2 this game.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Outside, George. Here's Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Tell you what, George has gotten very good in the pick and roll. Actually pretty deceptive when he's running the pick and roll. When you anticipate him pulling up for the shot, he'll take the defense by surprise with the slick pass to an open teammate.
From deep three-point range. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. Got it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
Exactly. Making certain the right call was made. They've done a great job of speeding the process and giving the officials the information they need to arrive at the right call.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got DeMarcus Cousins. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the small forward position.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Offensive rebound, and McGee kicks to Gordon. Goes up again. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. Campazzo, and the rejection by Cousins. Here's Kennard. Batum passes to Cousins. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
The shot's good from McGee. The importance of the three-point shot never greater than right now. And in your eyes, there are some players who are just absolutely dead, solid, perfect from distance.
No doubt about it. And you know, there's three guys to me, though, that kind of separate themselves. And it's one, because you have to honor their ability equally off the dribble, from three, and at attacking the paint. Steph Curry, James Harden, and Damian Lillard. Those three guys can all hit pull-ups and step-backs from range off the dribble. They all got great vision, you know, so they can take advantage of defenses that get caught loading a little too much. And then they also are terrific in the paint at getting to the free throw line. So those are the three guys I think that create the most havoc when you start talking about having a guard the three-point line.
Kennard kicks to Rondo. Back to Kennard. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Gordon.
And the release on the jumper from Gordon is just pure. A lot of that hard work paying dividends. I'd like to see him drain these looks more often.
Now, here's Kennard. He's guarded closely.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
It's stolen by Rondo. 4-on-3 break. Fires for 3. And that's good. Luke Kennard for 3. Kennard's got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's McGee. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Clippers leading by 10. Now Kennard. He's got 7. To the inside. Batum laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Far from just a perimeter shooter, I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Here's Harrison. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Harrison's got his second bucket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets trail by 10. McGee inside. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Gordon. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Shots good by Kennard.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Gordon. Morris with the rebound.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
Outside Leonard. The 3. Outside for Jackson. The tray. Denver grabs the miss. The drive by Gordon.
You know, this is the problem Gordon poses for defenses, guys. I mean, very dangerous and athletic on these drives.
It's his first trip to the line.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And we saw it last year, guys, because those numbers were so low. Teams weren't afraid to put him on the line where points were hard to come by for him.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to... And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets... Thanks for joining.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. The Nuggets trail by 8. Jokic is out there at Bowl. Then it's Porter. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Rivers in at the 3. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession. Here is Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
George dishes to Leonard. Back to George. Takes a 3. No good that time. Now Denver takes it the other way. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Stolen by Rivers. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Basket good.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Morris against George. To the paint. And it's sent back by Jokic. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Porter's running. Lays it up and banks it in. Porter's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Bull the pass to Rivers. Another shot. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Jokic.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And George, here we go. And George with this stuff.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length, and he knows how to use it, and he gets exactly where he wants to.
And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. The dunk and the foul. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Just 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Down low, here's Millsap. And he uses the glass on the layup. Millsap's got 6 points. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant. And
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great, great human being. Frozen. Guy is just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Moving it up. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Zubac has got 9 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, George with it. The 3. He kicks it to Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard from deep. And it's Leonard again missing.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Millsap passes to Green. Unloads from 9. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
George with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Porter's running. The pull-up. He squares up and sinks it. Porter's got his 3rd basket of the night.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. And here they come. That's a 2 from Kennard. Kept alive. And Batum kicks to Kennard. Back to Batum. Pass to Kennard. The Clippers need to get off a shot. To the middle. Millsap with the steal. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. And that one, good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Kennard on the wing. Takes the 3. Intercepted. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Rivers has got the ball. Millsap misses.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Los Angeles with another miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. 3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. So both teams making some changes here. Outside Jackson. Outside George. And it's George finishing it off.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Rivers passes to Jokic. And good that time.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Jackson passes to Morris. And here's Leonard. And stolen by Bull. Ball going up court. Rivers gets a wide open look. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Morris kicks to Leonard. No good from outside. Nuggets trail. Gordon dishes to Rivers. And the rejection by Jackson. .146 left in the fourth quarter. Zubac, that's tipped.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
4 on the clock. George with the bucket.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. There's the pass to Jokic.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there.
And Jokic drops them both.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
George against Gordon. And George, here we go. Outside Leonard. Back to Zubac. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Here's Jokic. Yes!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
George with the ball. He dishes it to Morris. Outside for George. Lets it go with a three. Trains it from downtown.
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Paul George with the steal. 30 seconds left in the game. There's the dish to Jackson. Passes to Morris. From deep. They get the rebound. Outside for George. The putback. It's in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And a deep three from George. Misses the shot.
An active player who just takes pride in his defense.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The light.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Porter. Cole is out there with Jokic. And it's Rivers. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard spot. And here are the Nuggets now after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Pass to Jokic. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Toughness and energy on the boards. An easy putback to show forward.
So it's Denver now. Following the score by Damian Lillard. Inside, it's stolen by Jones. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. And Lillard throws it down.
Wow, the speed of Lillard. So masterful at making decisions in the fast break situations.
Here's Rivers. Campazzo, covered by Lillard, to the middle. Takes it from 10. The Nuggets with another miss.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn you.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up, but I know you were doing your thing, but you would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Now, here's Jokic. They need this, and Jokic slams it in.
And when Jokic drives, he's like a freight train with that great physical ability, able to kind of push the defense wherever he wants them to go.
Here's Simons. Now the pass to Lillard. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Shot clock at 5. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Lillard with it. Nuggets trail. And here's Rivers. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Jokic. Goes back up. Campazzo. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Simons. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
First trip to the line for him here.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Damian Lillard. Now here's Rivers. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in. The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the night.
Well, there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leap. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
Now here's Powell. Cantor, and Cantor able to finish.
He's one of the best per-minute rebounders in the game. Cantor gets a lot of his points this way.
Harrison kicks to Millsap. 44 seconds left to play in the first. And there it is for him.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Portland leading. Now McCollum. A putback. Tries yet again. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. Cantor's got his second bucket.
A true inside-outside player. We know Cantor can hit a three, but he's at his best closer in.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Harrison passes to Green. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Harrison. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 2 points. That one goes.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum.
That's fantastic when Rivers makes an impact, just like right there. You love when he hustles.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Portland out in front, leading by a point. From Portland, we're back in a moment. So earlier, Damian...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, they're doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Harrison out there with Rivers, and there's JaVale McGee. Then there's Paul Millsap, and it's Green in at the 3, the small forward.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
McCollum dishes to Lillard. And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Pass to Carmelo. Kicks it out to Lillard. Shot clock at 3. With the putback. And Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 6.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Pass to Porter. Dishes it to Green. Campazzo. Off target from outside. Trailblazers leading by 4. McCollum kicks to Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. And Cantor throws it down.
It's important for Cantor to be effective in the pick and roll. I mean, it makes their offense much more complete.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Campazzo, he's guarded by McCollum, and Green is right there.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now, here's Lillard. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And it's Lillard on the follow. Lillard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tidbits.
Outside Millsap. From the arc. And Porter, here we go. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
To the paint, Powell with the steal. And now Lillard pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Jacks up a three. Here's Cantor. The dish to McCollum. The putback. No luck. They battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Here's Harrison. Covered by Lillard. The shot by Harrison. No good. Powell against Millsap. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And what unselfish play from Lillard. This guy has no problem giving it up, especially when his teammate's wide open.
Campazzo. He's guarded by McCollum. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. McCollum with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Just 4 to shoot. Over Morris. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Well, when you see the hard-working mentality of Nurkic, I mean, love how assertive he is on the offensive boards.
And here is Morris. McGee with no one around. And so it's Portland in the driver's.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Basket. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to a slip. And that'll...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Trailblazers, Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Lillard outside. Drops in the layup for 2. Lillard's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Campazzo, covered by Lillard. Here's Jokic. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And that'll give them a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
Back to Lillard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And you're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Pass to Jokic. Count it. Good.
You know, his offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish you.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape. And boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
6 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Campazzo covered by Lillard. Here's Jokic. And the rebound by Nurkic. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body. And I think we will see that in time.
Now, Jokic. He's got 8. Another miss by Jokic. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
Now, just trying to prevent the opposition from getting comfortable. Next time, that one might get picked.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Powell in for Anfernee Simons.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Lillard surveying the D. There's the feed to Kanter. A second chance effort. Here's Anthony. Kicks it out to Jones. Back to Anthony. Millsap with the steal. And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. Powell with the steal. Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Kanter. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Up top, Rivers. Guarded by Powell. The pass to Porter. Plenty of space. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Rivers. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Count that one.
You see the quickness from Rivers right there. He's good at probing inside when he gets a chance.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Now here's Lillard. He's got 14. And Kanter throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Monte Morris is out there with Harrison, and it's Green in at the small forward. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him #1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. McCollum with the ball. Five on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. Harrison scanning the floor. Passes it to Green. Pass to Jokic. Powell for three. Good on the triple.
This is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
The Nuggets trail by 17. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Powell with it. Guarded now by Morris. And here's Anthony from the arc. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight.
Morris against Powell. McCollum passes to Cantor. From outside the arc. McCollum outside. Three-pointer. For three. Buries it from three-point range. McCollum's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
Pass to Millsap. Looking to end the run. Off on the layup.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, great instincts, relentless. Seems like he's getting to every miss.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
Free throw good for Morris. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. And the pass to McCollum from deep three-point range. The offensive rebound. Giles kicks to Nurkic. Now here's McCollum. Not a lot of room. Puts up a three. Again, McCollum missing.
I don't know why he keeps shooting the three. Can anybody tell me nothing is falling for him? He's going to end the game on a bad note if he keeps this up.
Trailblazers leading by 19 points.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Enes Kanter.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Powell. Passes it to Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Portland needs to get off a shot. Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Denver with the ball. Trailing by 17. Harrison passes to McGee. Back to Harrison. Down low. Out to Morris. Feeds it to Bull. Here's McGee. Pass to Harrison. Back to Gordon. Fires the three. That shot is off. And Portland with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards.
Here's Lillard. It's good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
You know they are, sure. I mean, come on.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it. Los Angeles, California is the scene for the Trailblazers. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. D.A.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Robert Covington. He's out there with Jones. Nurkic is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Outside, George misses the three. Simons, the pass to Covington. That shot, no good. George with the defensive effort. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Now, here is George. Morris finds George. Oh, the power on that throw-down.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Here's Lillard. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And George kicks to Morris. George looking over the floor. Over in the corner, Zubac. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony Simons. For Portland, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Here's Lillard, and he hits it to tie the game up.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Outside Leonard. Back to George. Outside Leonard. Outside Jackson. The pass to Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Shot's good by Anthony. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the first. Now George. Zubac kicks to George. Tries again. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become. And it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Good on the shot.
Boy, Carmelo Anthony is capable, when he wants to, of spotting that open man. Pretty pass.
Beverly, the pass to Kennard. There's the triple. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot's good from Cantor. Clippers trail by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
And the basket is good.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
Pass to Powell. Lillard with no one around. They get it back. That will count. And that one released in time, but no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Trail. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwback.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And Portland making a change here. Simons is checked in. Portland leading by 11. McCollum with the ball. He has 5. Shoots from 14. And again, it's Portland converting.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Kennard. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And for Portland, they're shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Simons, the pass to McCollum. To the inside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Jones comes in for Anthony.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it, because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's McCollum after the basket by Los Angeles. Sinks the three-pointer. McCollum's got 8 points in the quarter.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Now here is George. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Little, he's checked in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Well, at a healthy 235, Marcus Morris is pretty good at throwing his weight around, especially on the glass.
Lillard dishes to Covington. Back to Lillard. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Outside, George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
What a terrific take to the rim. Paul George is just giving it to the defense right now. Tenacious on that drive.
And George drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Lillard outside. Here's Little. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Unable to get that one.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
George passes to Zubats. Yep, that one goes in there.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. 14 feet away, and Portland again with the bucket.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
Rondo dishes to Morris. Pass to Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And Lillard kicks to Little. 43 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lillard with the bucket.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Here's George. Following the score by Damian Lillard.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the 10.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard left side, and he gets it to go. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And so it's... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Dame Lillard, a player who's improved every year he's been in the league. Guys, and that.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. They've got McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Giles. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Gets in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Jackson looking it over. Outside, George launches it. C.J. McCollum comes up with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I'll tell you, I'd love to see someone take the contact head on, and Norman Powell welcoming the challenge.
Now, here's George. He has 6. Passes it to Zubats. Back to George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Powell with the steal. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Jackson against McCollum. There's the dish to Cantor. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
George passes to Leonard. Outside, George. Morris, left side. Outside, Leonard. This one for 3. And the Clippers miss again.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Get on CJ.
Here's McCollum. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Now, here's George. Back to Zubats. Shoots over Powell. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Blazers on offense. They've got an 8-0 run. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Clippers. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubats. Batum comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for George.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Jones finds Lillard. And there's the pass to Nurkic. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Jackson against Lillard. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
1:27 left in the third. Lillard outside. From deep. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard.
Hey, yo, right here.
And here's Beverly. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. They get it back. Cousins. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
Portland leading by 20. There's 39 seconds left in the third quarter. Pass to Simons. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Lillard. Kennard with the rebound. LA has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Beverly dishes to Cousins. There's Jackson with the 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's off. And so it's Portland controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Lillard. Clippers able to drain the 3. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Here's Simons. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now here's Rondo. Over in the corner, Zubac. Pass to Kennard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Passes to Powell. It's stolen by Rondo. Leonard inside, guarded by Powell.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And it's Simons missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And it's Lillard missing.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Mann passes to Rondo. Now here's Leonard. The pass to Zubac. Clock at 6. Here's the 3. Another miss by Leonard.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Lillard. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. And the Trailblazers lead by 21.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Pass to Leonard. Looking to get it going. Outside for Rondo. To end the cold streak. Again, Leonard missing.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Powell finds Lillard. From deep three-point range. Lillard again missing. Clippers trail by 21. Outside Batum and stolen by Lillard. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Again the miss by Lillard. Clippers have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Zubac trying to break loose. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fires the 3. No good on the shot. And the Trailblazers going the other way. 1:29 left in the fourth. Lillard the pass to Simons. Portland no good that time either.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Lillard.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
And so here's Portland. After the Clippers pick up 2. Back to Lillard. Releases. The Clippers grab the miss.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. The quick look no good that time. Powell for 3. Cantor kicks to Lillard. Pass to Powell. The 3 ball. The Trailblazers rebound. Anthony, the pass to Lillard. That's a 2 from Powell. The offensive rebound. Kanter finds Anthony. Three-pointer, Lillard. That one, no good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for Greg. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Aaron Gordon out there with Jokic. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Rivers. And for the Clippers, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the 4 slot.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
And there's the pass to Gordon. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. The Nuggets now on offense. Over to the left wing. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Jokic.
Yeah, you can't leave people open around Jokic, and the offense is set up to have cutters and movement. He'll take advantage of the defense if they sleep.
Now, here is George, and it's sent back by Jokic. And now the Nuggets, fast break. Here's Gordon, lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
George dishes to Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
It's Jokic top of the key. Back to Porter. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Stolen. Kicks to Rivers. Here's Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
It didn't take too long for Jokic to blossom into one of the better young players in the league. Much quicker than most folks, I think, give him credit for.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Rondo's checked in.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Leonard kicks to Zubac. George against Rivers, and George with the stop.
Well, you got to have just great ball control when you're making a move like that, and Paul George definitely has the handles.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball after the Clippers pick up 2. Campazzo. Rondo with the rebound. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Back to Leonard. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. He can't get that one. Nice D from Porter. The Nuggets trail. Makes it off the glass.
Rivers plays with a chip on his shoulder, and that time driving right through contact.
The Clippers have gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. It's George on the wing. Takes the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. George has got 9.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Campazzo. Left side, Gordon. And now the Clippers on the break. George has got the ball. Pass to Rondo. Porter against Leonard. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center.
Down low, Campazzo. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's George. He's got 9. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Campazzo. Count it.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
George finds Rondo. Outside, George knocks it loose. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverley. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard, and it's man in at the small forward. Here's Kennard. Pass to Batum. At the elbow, it's Cousins. Here's Beverley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Mann. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from Green. Millsap attacking, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Nuggets. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Now here's Beverley. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Feeds to Cousins. Tries again. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. The Nuggets leading by 4. Here's Millsap. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Millsap's got 5 points so far.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Kennard, the pass to man. Cousins with it. Clippers moving the ball around. Kennard against Rivers. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
The Nuggets have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. That's good from McGee. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Clippers trail by 4. Jackson kicks to Kennard. To the paint, stolen by McGee. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. McGee finds Green. Cousins against McGee. Here we go, one-on-one. McGee with the block. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And Green gets it to go. Green's got the lead up to 6 now for the Nuggets.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, their energy level's been amazing. Battery bar still full, hustling and still working hard out there.
Shots good by Kennard. We've got 1:28 left now here in the second. Morris outside. The feed now to Millsap. The Clippers grab the miss. Now Kennard dishes to Cousins. Back to Kennard over Green. Misses off the right iron.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
McGee's shot is off. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 4. Kennard the pass to Batum. Back to Kennard. Takes a 3. The shot that time not on target. And Denver the other way now. Shot from 12. The shot by Harrison, no good. The Clipper shooting is definitely lagging at the moment. They're just 30% in the second quarter. Jackson finds Kennard. The pass to Cousins. Over Millsap. And with that, the Denver lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from DeMarcus Cousins.
That's a high percentage shot there, especially for Cousins. Just a nice touch inside.
Harrison passes to Morris. He dishes it to McGee. Passes it to Harrison. Over Jackson. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 2K. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. The deepest hole they got themselves into in the open. And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Porter. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. And yes, it's good.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now.
Here is Porter. The Clippers getting the bucket. That one falls.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
Jackson dishes to George. And George with the stuff.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Pass to Gordon. Count the basket. Gordon's got 6.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. And George with the stuff.
Well, it's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
Now, here's Jokic. Here's Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists now in this one. George against Rivers. And George, here we go. Good for the basket, number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
The Nuggets moving the ball around. And here's Jokic. Denver needs to get off his shot. 2 on the clock. Over Morris. And it's Jokic missing. The Clippers trail. And George, here we go. The score now all even. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Campazzo. Jokic. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
Well, Jokic is big. Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
Over in the corner, Zubac. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Rivers gets a wide open look. And too long on the shot. For Los Angeles, they've gotten every shot to drop since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Here's George. Good defense by Jokic.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 8 points. Clippers trail by 4. Now, here's George. 21 points in the game. Morris finds Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. Pass to Jokic. That's tipped. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got his first points in this one. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Left side, Porter. Great D that time from Leonard.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Left side, Batum. Outside, Jackson. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
And that's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo is out there with Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's man in at the threesome. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Jokic, long and quick hands there to poke that one away.
Kennard, the pass to man. Now the dish to Leonard. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. And a switcher also for Denver. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. Now here's Beverley. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. He feeds it to Batum, and again the Clippers turn it over. So it's Denver now. The lead is 2. Harrison scanning the floor. Batum with the steal. And here comes the break. Kennard with the ball. Now guarded by Porter.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed. Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
Back to Kennard to take the lead. It's hauled in by Gordon. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The Clippers shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Beverley finds Batum. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Here's Harrison. Misses the layup. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. Kennard, the pass to Batum. Dishes it to Beverley. Back to Batum. And Batum throws it down.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Harrison kicks to Porter. Shoots over Batum. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Beverley dishes to Batum. Kennard with the ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Porter passes to Millsap. The shot's good. 9 points for Paul Millsap.
Now, that's why Millsap is such a counted-on player. Just knows how to hit the big ones.
Kennard gets to Beverley. Millsap against Kennard. Batum, and it's sent back by Millsap. And they get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Now Batum. Kept alive. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. The 9-foot shot. The shot by Harrison. No good. The Clippers in the lead. Right side, Batum. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Harrison passes to Green. Feeds to Millsap. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Back to Harrison. To tie it up. Green breaking loose. A second chance effort. Porter passes to Millsap. Can't tie it up as that one misses. There's the pass to Beverley.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
Passes to Kennard. Back to Beverley. In the corner, Kennard with it. From outside, off the mark. Shoots. The Nuggets with another miss. So it's Los Angeles. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Always a big home court advantage here in the Mile High City. And the Nuggets, both teams tonight dealing with some injuries. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. They've got Derek Jones. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Gordon out there with Michael Porter. And it's Rivers. The three-pointer is right on target. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Here's Lillard. Michael Porter making his last shot. Back to Lillard. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Lillard's got 5 now.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Pass to Jokic. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Just 2 to shoot.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Now the pass to Simons. Inside, Nurkic. He doesn't hit that one. Now Denver takes it the other way.
Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go, and I can't say I blame him.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The tray. Rebound by the Nuggets. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Simons, the pass to Covington. Passes it to Lillard. Dishes it to Covington. Portland moving the ball around. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the dunk by Covington.
Man, I like to see Covington get aggressive in the paint, sending a message to the defense with that dunk.
Pass to Jokic. To the wing right side. The putback. It's good on the putback.
You can't afford to lose sight of Jokic, not even for a second. This guy's always a threat to hurt you on the offensive boards.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Nurkic finds Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. To the middle. To the wing on the left. Jones, no one around him. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
And the pass to Jokic. In the corner, it's Gordon. Jokic high post. It's good. Jokic has got 6. There's a minute left here in the first quarter. Here is Lillard. He's got 5. Pass to Nurkic. Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Inside. Stolen by Gordon. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. And Jones slams it home.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Porter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor.
That's what we call weight room there. I mean, Millsap's showing how strong he is finishing through contact.
McCollum against Morris. McCollum deciding where to go with it. He kicks to Powell. No good with the triple. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to defense.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the 5 down low. Rivers against McCollum. Here's McGee. Denver with a new 14. And it's Millsap with the extra effort. Millsap's got the lead up to 1 now for Denver.
And, you know, rebounding is about knowing where the ball is going as well as pursuing it. And I like seeing him hit the offensive glass and go right back up with it.
Now here's McCollum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Lillard attacking. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Lillard is really a force of nature. I mean, an incredible talent who torches just about everybody with his scoring ability.
Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Now here's McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cantor, a shake, and Cantor throws it down.
Yeah, you know, Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Gordon comes in for JaVale McGee. And it's Michael Porter in for Austin Rivers. And Portland with a change here, too. Giles is checked in. Now here's Green. No points in the game yet for him. Over Anthony, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here is Morris. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. Morris inside. Foul on him. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there. Just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
He doesn't get the second one. Portland leading to the inside. Powell kicks to Anthony. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Powell, the pass to Cantor. Here's Giles. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Cantor. Banked in off the glass.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Morris with the ball. Passes it to Harrison. Out to the right wing. Cantor against Millsap. And here's Morris for 3. And again, Denver no good. Trailblazers leading by 4. Down low, Millsap with the steal. Morris into the lane. 11 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Cantor, the pass to Giles. 14 feet away. Chanchard grabs the miss. Cantor kicks to Giles. The 3 from McCollum. The shot, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Chanchard, guarded by Powell.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Here's Giles. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
And he makes that one.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The Trailblazers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter.
Hey, DFR CJ.
Now here's McCollum. And Giles now top of the key. It's Powell on the wing. Here's Giles. With 1 on the clock, Morris with the block. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1. And that.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Nikola Jokic. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And Denver has possession, following the score by Damian Lillard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. Now, Jokic. He's got 6. That one good for 2. Jokic has got it all tied up now for the Nuggets.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
Now, here's Lillard. D right on him. Count that bucket. Lillard's got 11 points.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
To the paint, here's Gordon. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Gordon's got 4 points in the quarter. And for Portland, they're shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Lillard looking around. He gets that one. He's got 13.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
2 minutes into the second half of play now. At the elbow, Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Over to the left wing. Down low. Shoots over Nurkic. Jokic, no good.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
And Denver has possession, following the score by Damian Lillard. There's the dish to Rivers. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Simons. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Covington passes to Simons. Outside, Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Simons. He feeds it to Covington. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Covington's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day who was my favorite. You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
He drilled one from deep in the first half, doing it again here in the second.
Jones against Porter. The pass to Gordon. Now here's Porter. Back to Rivers. Up top, Porter trying to get something going. Off the left rim and out. Portland leading by 9. Simons, the pass to Covington. It's deflected. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. McCollum passes to Anthony. Back to McCollum. Tries from 10, and that one drops.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here's Porter. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Here's Harrison. Kicks it to Millsap. Back to Harrison. Pass to Gordon. All alone. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Lillard, the pass to Kanter, to the middle. Kicks it out to McCollum. Launches it. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Green. Lays it up off the glass. Green's got his first 2 points.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
Lillard against Green. Lillard with it. Feeds it to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Well, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
The Nuggets trail by 12. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Back to Harrison. The 3. And it's Gordon missing. Portland leading by 12. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Inside. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Powell finds Lillard. Lets the 3 fly. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter, the pass to Powell. To the left side wing. Lillard from outside, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in. Morris outside. He kicks it to McGee. Pass to Morris. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. 3 on the clock. Shot from 16. Can't hit that one. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They push it up 4 on 3. Kanter against McGee. Kanter, the pass to Lillard. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Here's Harrison. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Trailblazers leading by 12. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Kanter. Back to Lillard. 5 on the clock. And Portland again with the bucket.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Here's Harrison following the score by Damian Lillard. Morris finds Millsap. And he converts the layup.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Trailblazers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Damian Lillard.
And, you know, there was no stopping him tonight. Whenever he got the ball, he was looking to score, and rightly so.
And it's in there.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Now, here's Lillard. Pass to Giles. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Nuggets. Banked in off the glass.
Well, I like how Paul Millsap used his body to get into the defender there.
Lillard way outside. No good there. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
Here we go. And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. And for Portland, Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Derek Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. Now, here's George. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Three-pointer. Rebound by Nurkic. Jones against Leonard. Jones, the pass to Covington. And the layup is good.
It's easy to admire Covington. Even when the defense gets rough with him, he stays with him.
George dishes to Morris. Covington against Leonard. Back to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac. And Morris throws it down.
Morris really rises up for these jams, leaving no mistake as he finishes with authority.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. From deep. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And George kicks to Leonard. Yes, that goes in.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Simons, defended by George, and he kicks the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Zubac. Outside for Jackson. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Jones looking for an opening. Here's Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Look, he's using his height and weight well on the glass. Nurkic, effective when it comes to going after the rebound.
For the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Jones. And Norman Powell subbed in for Anthony Simons. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Here's George. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
What more can you say about Lillard's gritty demeanor on the court? I guess contact doesn't bother.
Rondo finds George. Rondo against Lillard. From 11 feet away, and it's the Clippers scoring again. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Lillard up top, defended by Batum. Lillard again missing.
A golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
It's good.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Rondo passes to George. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Powell dishes to Lillard. Good. Lillard's got 6.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Rondo kicks to Leonard. Poke loose, stolen by Cantor. And here we go. Here's Lillard. Yep, it counts. 8 points for him.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers out in front, leading by 5. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's man in at the 3 spot. Now here's Powell. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Powell, the pass to Giles. Over Morris. Double clutches. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Trailblazers have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Beverly finds Kennard. Here's man. Kennard on the wing. Guarded by Powell. Morris passes to Zubac. That one doesn't drop. And it's Portland the other way. And now Portland on the break. It's Powell on the wing. That shot wide open. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Giles, covered by Morris. And a wide open look for McCollum. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Man passes to Morris. Now here's Beverly. Passes it to Zubac. Morris right side. Shot clock at 6. Back to Zubac. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Kennard for 3. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Derek Jones comes in for Anthony. And it's Simons in for Norman Powell. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly. To the inside, Cantor. Basket, good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Clippers trail by 9. Jackson passes to man. Now, here's Kennard. He is guarded by McCollum. Inside. Outside for Jackson. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Jackson finds Kennard. Zubac against Cantor. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Can they get it? Portland grabs the miss. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist from Covington.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Jackson passes to Kennard. Back to Jackson. Down low. Morris kicks to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. No good on the 3.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
Man passes to Zubac. Here's Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. They get it back. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
Portland leading by 11. Here's Simons. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. The 3 from McCollum. The Trailblazers rebound. Cantor, the pass to Simons. Fires for 3. Tips it up, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
For Los Angeles, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Morris, left side. Kennard with the ball. Back to Morris.
Known for his defensive chops.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that does it for our half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level.
Oh!
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
And there's the pass to Little. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 13.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
And it's Leonard again missing.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Out to Anthony. Lillard looking around. Poked away. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Paul George. And for Portland, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Lillard, the pass to Little. Back to Lillard. Rebounded by Jackson.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. George passes to Zubac. Outside Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got 6 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Lillard outside to the middle. Giles kicks to Little. Here's Lillard, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Harry Giles. Jones comes in for Anthony, and it's Simons in for Little. There's the double team with Covington, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
And the basket by Lillard. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
Rondo dishes to Cousins. Shot clock at 4, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
When Cousins has the rock inside, he's ridiculously efficient. He just has such power when he has the ball down low.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. There's 53 seconds left in the third. Lillard outside. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 14 now for Portland.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Kennard for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, defender gets in Kennard's business, but can't break his focus. He sinks it despite the coverage.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Right side, Covington. Pass to Simons. He kicks it to Nurkic. Shot from 12. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Rondo passes to Batum. 1 second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Kennard in at the 3 spot. Rondo against McCollum. A 3 from Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got it back down to single digits for Los Angeles.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Now McCollum. Dishes to Powell. Passes it to Jones. Clock at 4. Let's go. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Trailblazers leading by 10. The three from McCollum. Offensive rebound.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Leonard dishes to Rondo. That's tipped. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Portland with the ball. Trailblazers have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. McCollum outside. Kicks it to Jones. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Such a wide open look. Powell's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy you can leave alone. Not if you have any hope of closing the gap.
Powell against Beverly. And Batum kicks to Beverly. Kennard for 3. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. An easy 2 points on the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Well, they're playing well as a unit, taking shots they know they can make and building this lead.
Rondo passes to Beverly. Rondo finds Kennard. Knocked away. To the paint. Here's McCollum. From down in the low post, it goes.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Batum. Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. Paul George is checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Jackson kicks to George. To stop the run. And George with the stuff.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Damian Lillard.
Oh, man, anticipation, instincts, energy, all his tools were on display tonight as he lit the place up.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, how they ended this one is much different than how they started it. And that's a shame.
Beyond the arc. The Clippers grab the miss.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Morris. He dishes it to Leonard. Back to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
And they should just stay with what they've been doing.
Here is Lillard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. That's a 2 from Powell. Misses there.
Well, will I tell you this? When Rondo is zeroed in defensively, he can be a stopper.
And so Portland